Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the fastest rising, greatest podcast slash YouTube slash whatever you want to call this show, but we call it Top Rope Wrestling Talk. Yes, we do.
We sure do. And if you can't say it all, just say TRWT.
Yes, you can say TRWT.
TRWT.
Yep. Yeah, so shit. On my screen, as always, I go by my screen.
Here we go.
Party.
Right below me. Right down there.
Down where?
Yep, right down there. Yeah, there you go.
Down
Point up,
there.
lady. Right down there is none other than Miss Latina Heat, the first lady of Top Rope Wrestling Talk, Grandma Wendy.
Viva la raza! If you're not cheating, you're not trying. We lie, we cheat, we steal.
Yeah. And then right diagonally, right over there on my screen, we have none other than the walking contradiction himself, the man that oozes creative machismo, the evil one himself, Evil Evan. And right over there, this guy right over here.
Me?
Right over here, that's the producer, the soundboard extraordinaire, the jack of all trades, the master of none. I got it right this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is Dom.
Hey, damn, that's a cold ass honky.
I am.
And me, the guy that just got done introducing everybody.
Him.
I'm
guy.
the high class one, the MJF mark. Bruce.
Oh, he stole my thunder.
I'm better than you.
Yes, I am.
And he knows it.
Yes, I do.
See?
So I'm gonna kind of kick the show off with this one. It was on the production notes. Yeah, it was on the rundown for the show. So I'm gonna kick it off. Like it's crazy how like I'm not even gonna count today because it was like Wednesday and Thursday. So Wednesday.
Before you do that, hey Wendy, can you hit me real quick?
You got me.
Go ahead, Brucey. I'm sorry.
So Wednesday, I think it started in the morning or maybe it was like early afternoon. I think Hope posted something about Marty Jannetty and then Dom posted something about it. And everything was building and it was all cool. We were cracking
jokes. It was funny.
jokes.
We were laughing.
We were laughing and then Wednesday. So it was Tuesday, Wednesday. So then Wednesday, something else pops up from Facebook talking about how
like is this
basically confessing to murder.
I
Like
was just about to say, all of a sudden Marty Jannetty became Johnny Cash. He got online and said, "I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die."
What's to watch
I was
him
like,
die?
"What the
Yep.
fuck?"
Yeah. Like, dude, you were getting over in Top Rope Wrestling Talk, and then you
really
do
were.
this, Marty. You were getting over, and then this comes out.
Yeah, this whole thing about some guy that he was buying weed off of at a bowling alley tried to like rape him. So he hit him with a brick and he killed him accidentally. So he drug him to a river. And at the end of this whole
Chattahoochee. The Chattahoochee.
The Chattahoochee River. Thank you, Wendy. I knew it was something
You're
like that,
welcome.
but I was afraid I was going to mess it up because I got a dirty mind. And then even if that was enough, then okay, you were like, all right, well, you couldn't blame him if it happened. And he's like,
you could call it self-defense.
Yeah, but then he went on to say it wasn't the first time he made a man disappear. And it was like, what?
No, he said in the quote, that was the first time I made a man
it was
disappear.
the first time.
Indicating other men have disappeared after that.
So Marty Jannetty is now worse than Jimmy Snuka? What the fuck happened?
Seriously.
I did like Evan's meme about the whole thing though. Like Marty Jannetty says I've killed before, and you see then you see Dark Side of the Ring producers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you start season 3.
Tell us more, Marty. Tell us more.
Oh, he's definitely gonna have an episode.
And did you hear? Did you hear? Follow up. Did you hear that? Sorry. Actually, not really. Police are actually opening an investigation and looking into missing people's cases to see which one matches up to what Marty is claiming. Like time
honestly,
frame,
I
person,
think they're.
etc.
I think they're now dredging the Chattahoochee River. Did I say that right?
That's the Chattahoochee.
Okay. I was just making sure.
Yeah, with hoochies.
They're dredging the Hoodrat Hoochie Mama River right now, trying to look for bodies that have Marty Jannetty's fingerprints and DNA.
I don't think you'll get any of that.
No,
I'm fairly certain at this point everything's washed away, including the body itself.
If it's this many years later, like it's gone. You know, like most of the things you drop in a river are eventually either decay or get eaten or both.
Yeah.
Or get washed into the river. Or not the river, the ocean.
The ocean.
All rivers, all the tributaries and everything lead to another larger river, and then it all leads down into an ocean.
I mean, unless somebody's going to fuck around and go scuba diving and find this body one day by accident, Marty's in the clear, so...
Well...
As long as he shuts his mouth and doesn't keep fucking flapping on about all the people he's whacked, then I guess he's good, right?
Yeah.
Your stepdad is safe.
Yeah, even according to Brian, he was saying Marty sounds like a sociopath with these confessions. A little bit. And it started out fun. He was just cracking some jokes and you know, bringing up some light stuff. And I was telling stories about how my parents used to bring me to WWE shows at the Spectrum when I was a kid, and the Rockers would come out. And my mom would, like, drool all over Marty Jannetty, like, look at me and my friends and say, oh, I'd leave your father in a heartbeat for Marty Jannetty. So I started to talk about how he was my stepdad, and we were having some laughs. And then the next morning, this confession came out, and I was like, whoa, you're not my real dad, dude.
Like when that came out,
I'm in the bush.
right? When that came out, like, I read it. I got to the part about, like, the girlfriend and her Jamaican jealousy, and I was like,
oh my God.
That's kind of funny. And then I stopped. I'm like, wait.
Right?
Wait. Rewind. What did you say about a man? Excuse me, say what?
Yeah,
so I had to, like, reread the first half again. And I was like,
because everything
Marty, what's happening?
Laughs. It's all fun and games until somebody confesses to a murder, and then you're like, whoa.
Right?
Yeah.
It's all fun and games till the Chattahoochee.
Right, till the body gets in the Chattahoochee River, and then you're like,
right?
Wait, what just happened? We were having a good time. Like, what? Who got killed?
Marty, is there something you want to tell us? You know, something else?
You know, it's bad when someone who calls himself the Sycho says, whoa there, calm down, Marty. Maybe you need some help.
Could we get,
maybe.
I wonder, could we pay for a cameo from him to get him just to confess on Cameo? He seems bright enough, I guess.
I'm pretty sure.
Or lack thereof.
I'm pretty sure we could get him to come on this show and confess.
Do it. Book it. Book Marty Jannetty.
Oh, I want to book Marty Jannetty. I just think it would be so fun.
So, Marty, tell us about that time that the Rockers won the title against Demolition, and also
they never did.
Well, technically they did, but they didn't because they restarted the match. But that's neither here nor there. And then and while you're at it, tell us about this murder you committed.
While we're talking,
so how many
murder?
Murder most foul.
Welcome to Top Rope Wrestling Talk presents Murder Mysteries. The Marty Jannetty story. But it was great. It was great for a while, and that came out, and it was like, whoa. When two guys who call themselves Sycho and Evil are like, whoa, too much Marty. Whoa, you know he's going too far. We're like, hold up.
Pump the
brakes.
It's all
blew past that line, homie.
It's all fun and games until someone commits murder.
Yeah.
Well,
even Max.
I've had many shady weed deals behind Burger Kings and behind other crazy places, but no one ever ended up dead in a river.
I bought weed from plenty of spots, and I've never had to drag anybody to a river. So poor Mark. Even Mac wonders, like, one too many bumps to the head. It could be. I know, like, we have our special guest, Shooter Storm, coming on, and he knows Marty, and he had commented on something in our group where he said, you know, Marty's lived a few too many years, like it's 1989, so this could be coming out. Like, I hope he's okay. I hope he, you know, I hope he gets some help or, you know, whatever. Like, maybe being alone in a quarantine situation for so long has kind of just, and that could be, I don't know. I just know, again, Tuesday it was fun. Wednesday, not so much fun.
Not so much, no.
Yeah, all joking aside, if there is a bigger mental health issue, I
hope he gets help.
You know, and
Definitely. We all do.
I think we can all sympathize for that when it comes to that as far as mental health, because we all got something going on. So I'm not making fun of Marty Jannetty. I'm just wondering about the timing and you know, I'm hoping.
Oh no. Like, we were making fun of Marty Jannetty, but yes, Evan is absolutely correct.
No, it was the timing, really, because we were having a ball, and then all of a sudden, murder, and you're like, whoa!
Yeah.
I need you to rewind that one.
I hope my stepdad's okay. I got love for him. You know? I really do. You know, like, the Rockers were my childhood, man. I don't want to see him just fall apart now. Not after all these years, you know.
Oh, he already done fell apart, honey.
Well, then what the fuck is this? This is like the bottom of rock bottom. I don't know what this is. It's sad. It really is. I'm sorry, Marty. I still love you.
I wonder if it's like the cry for help.
I hope. I really do. I hope somebody listens, because, you know, there's a lot of times where people kind of, you know, give you that I need help, and all of a sudden deaf ears. You know, just, oh, what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was sending a tweet. Did you say something? You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a wild situation, and yikes! I thought it was so wild. We lost Wendy.
Oh, sorry, no.
No, I was just afraid maybe Marty Jannetty snuck up behind you. And I was like, no!
What happened?
Not Grandma Wendy. I will fucking kill you. We need Grandma Wendy.
I thought maybe she snuck off to fucking Raw Underground.
Ooh.
I thought Wendy was off to fucking settle some beef down in Raw Underground.
Now that he's brought it
I have
up.
beef with all of it.
Transition, Evan.
That was a beautiful transition.
I have a beef with the whole ass concept. I'm just going to go like dick punch everybody in that back office.
I was just about to say,
fuck you.
Well, Wendy, why don't you
let's let Wendy tell us what she thought. I think she just did.
Dick punches everywhere.
She wants to give Baba Tooie and Dolph Ziggler dick punches.
Yeah.
Please tell us how you really feel.
Straightened hair. Yeah. I hate when Dolph Ziggler straightens his hair. It looks stupid. I thought it was shit. It was like,
wow,
wannabe Fight Club, but not really. It just fucking sucked.
Yeah.
It was confusing. I was like, why are we even doing this? It made no sense.
My big take. It wasn't like, I didn't think it was good. I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was odd. It was
off-putting.
It was a contradiction to everything they've said, because WWE has told you for years that they don't want to go, you know, outside of a PG show. They want to stay family friendly. Which part of Raw Underground was family friendly?
Well, the hoes were real covered up.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, okay.
Could have showed more skin.
Open up a dictionary and look up the word reaching, and you would get Raw Underground.
Raw Underground. I mean, I do. It's true. It's damn true.
It's dark. It's dirty. Dude, we had a shower. Look at these guys. They're wearing wife beaters. And the strippers were
wife beaters.
They're doing wannabe MMA moves.
They're Alexa Bliss's booty shorts and Toni Storm's booty shorts.
That was
it.
That
they made them like long. They made those shorts longer, by the way, too, because it was too revealing.
Covered up, and we're supposed to be like, wow, like no.
Honestly, I'd rather see Alexa Bliss or Toni Storm. So
Kitty Forbes on Impact shows a lot more than all three of those strippers put together did.
Yeah,
it's true, but none of them were exactly PG. I mean, Katie got them thrown off fucking Twitch. If USA could, they'd have pulled the plug on that shit.
But it's like Shane McMahon was trying to sell us that these were like hardcore underground fights and
anything goes kind of matches with a referee.
They were shorter and less brutal than the matches happened in the ring. We see Brock Lesnar.
But that's again.
They were less brutal than Rey Mysterio's fake eyeball.
These are reasons why.
It was an action segment. Punch, kick, throw, punch, ding, over. No,
but again, like these were reasons why it was so odd to me. The 1 hour, the hoochies and stuff with PG. Then the anything goes Fight Club mentality with a referee. If anything goes, what's the ref for?
Why is there a ref?
Last but not least, Shane McMahon is hosting the whole thing. Does anybody remember when Kevin Owens beat him and apparently cost him his career? Why is he back on Raw? Like the whole
technically, no. Technically, he's not at the arena where he's barred from, and he's not.
Dude, he lost his WWE career. He was on WWE television last Monday. That's not confusing.
But they're trying to pitch it as if people like us that bring that up that he's supposed to be barred, but okay, there's a camera crew there, but he's not there. He's not with
He's just borrowing WWE resources.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he's just using WWE cameramen and superstars and the extra PC ring in the PC, but he's not there. All right.
But here's the thing. Underground.
Why was there zero mention of Raw's former color commentator, Dio Madden, who was last seen getting beat up by Brock Lesnar, also appears like in a fucking underground fight club, or just like they're supposed to pretend that he didn't exist. Like, who the fuck? Yep. It's just like there's zero connection. They don't connect the dots there. It made no sense.
I know. It just like I said, it wasn't good for sure. It wasn't bad. It was just odd. And then, I know everybody's going to say, oh, well, just came up. Let this play out. And you heard that about Jeff Hardy. You heard about a few other things. And I'm trying. The problem is WWE in general, because they have turned into the person, like everyone's had that person in their life. I don't care if it's a friend, a family member, a significant other that you may or may not be with, that have said, oh, yeah, this time I get it. Trust me. And you're like, okay. And then you get burned. And then it happens again. And you get, oh, no, this time I got you. Trust me.
I've said it time and time again. We, the fans, are in an abusive relationship with WWE, and they're constantly gaslighting us. I've said it time and time again. And we're idiots. We're fucking idiots. Like Roger in American Dad says, why do they keep coming back? I don't know. Why do we keep coming back?
Because I love him. He said he's going to change. He said, trust me, and still they just keep doing the same thing. So it's like, I want to let this play out, but every time I let this play out, something goes horribly wrong.
Seriously.
So, I give them some brownie points for trying something different. I'm not completely off of it yet, but give it till next week and I might have a different opinion. I mean, they even announced they're going to have a new faction called Retribution. They did not announce that on the show. They showed them, but they didn't say who they were or even, do a lot with them. They're like, oh, we're throwing mocktails at something that kind of
Molotov cocktails.
Yeah, at something that kind of
no gloves on.
With
no gloves on. We're just going to leave fingerprints everywhere.
Right. I mean, apparently these people did not learn from Marty Jannetty.
You throw the evidence into the Chattahoochee, all right?
You cover your tracks.
Brucey?
So my shit froze up while you guys were still talking about Underground. I got booted and I came back.
Okay.
I didn't get to say this, but you remember, I don't know, about 2 months ago, maybe 2.5 months ago, there was talks about WWE coming out with Brawl for All 2.
Yes, we discussed it on here.
Raw Underground is their new version of Brawl for All. But they're not gonna
have real fights like they did.
Yeah, it's not gonna have the same effect. But here's another thing: are they gonna if this stays a thing? Are they gonna introduce a title belt?
I don't know.
Like a hardcore title kind of thing?
Like, well,
an underground title.
Yeah, but like, what do they really get out of this?
The 24/7 champ has to defend underground.
But here's the real thing: is these guys that become stars in the underground, they're not gonna. I don't see them translating well to actual in ring at the PC. I just don't see their characters.
You know what? I just had a thought. So so they did it on TV this week. They should transfer it over to the network, where they would have more liberty on just how underground they could really be, and not just the strippers being more hoochie. All right,
no,
just that, which I would appreciate.
Which would be good though.
But also the fights, like remove the concept of a referee and just make it more Fight Club kind of thing, and just like let them brawl kind of thing.
Shane McMahon's the one that stops the fights, not the ref.
First guy to die loses. WWE Underground, that kind of. I wouldn't mind that. I mean, it's and also like just looking into it before the show, there are rumors, reports taken with a grain of salt. This Retribution faction is going to be like an NXT type invasion of Raw. And I'm like, okay, but didn't we kind of see that at Survivor Series? Like, again, it's odd. It's just really odd. And I'm trying to hang in there, but it's just really fucking weird.
I wonder if they're going to tie it into the Forgotten Hacker.
That would be cool, too.
It was brought to my attention that Tommaso Ciampa and Dominik Dijakovic have deleted their Instagrams and Twitters.
Which is weird.
If we're looking at NXT invasion.
That would. Dijakovic is supposed to be moving up.
Yeah, and we haven't seen Ciampa since he got laid out by Cross. So if that were to happen, then
Ciampa's whole thing was that he never wanted to move to the main roster because he wanted to stay close to his family. He didn't want to.
I'm trying.
Now that they're not touring, now that they're in the PC, what's the difference? You're still in Florida, so
that's true.
That's why I'm trying to hang in there.
If you're going to take advantage of getting Ciampa onto Raw and SmackDown, now would be the time before we actually have to start touring again and putting them on house shows. And that rigorous.
Like if they're part
of the 2-day taping, you could knock out months of filming, in a few weeks.
Honestly, if those guys are part of this Retribution faction, does that now make Raw Underground worth it? Because in my eyes, yes.
Why? Retribution had nothing to do with Underground.
But they were the ones, throwing the Molotov cocktails. That's supposed to be them. So if it turns out Retribution is like Dijakovic and Ciampa and somebody else from NXT, does that make like the payoff worth it?
I'm not seeing the connection though between the two, so I'm gonna say no.
I mean, if it gets them on a main roster and they're actually like doing something that isn't being buried, then I don't know, might be worth it. It's tough. It's tough to call, man.
Mac just said y'all giving WWE too much credit.
We probably are.
Yeah, we are.
I'm not gonna lie, Mac. We probably are. But I'm trying like I said, I'm trying to hang in there. I'm trying to let this play out. I know it's blew up in my face before, but I just can't stop because, again, even like Brian said, when it comes to WWE diehards, we have like Stockholm Syndrome times 3,000. Like, you're holding me hostage, but I love you anyway. You're the best. Can we hang out some more? I love Raw.
The worst.
Like, tune into SmackDown. Mandy Rose is going to get a haircut. I mean.
What?
And it happens.
I fucking can't even anymore. Like, why? Why am I
got you.
I stick around for the threads with y'all, but I don't think I can do that anymore. Grandma Wendy's tired of the shit.
I try so hard.
I wonder if I actually started watching it again, if I'd be entertained.
No.
Only one way to find out.
But Evan, I haven't really watched Raw or SmackDown since Royal Rumble.
Yeah, maybe Survivor.
I haven't.
I could probably smoke a whole lot of weed and like reenact and do like voices and caricatures and fucking be far more entertaining than they ever could be.
Yeah.
It really fucking would be. Yeah.
It's just not good.
I mean, I have to say, it's a good thing to like release anger at. But they're causing it, so
the talent is there.
I can't even release anger because I fall asleep.
Repetitive fucking replays, the constantly showing us what happened last week and earlier tonight.
Or here's what happened 20 minutes ago. I remember. Okay.
Constant replays, and it's just filler. It's
I
like
think
2 hours stretching out to 3 hours.
I think Evan brought it up off air where he was saying, like, who does Vince McMahon cater to or write to? And the answer was Vince McMahon. Because like if you're showing somebody what happened 20 minutes ago, either you think A, they're not watching, or B, like Vince, they can't fucking remember what happened 20 minutes ago.
Seriously.
Wow.
The thing is, the WWE suffers from, you can tune in, I don't have to watch the whole show. I can pick and choose what I want to watch, and they'll tell me, earlier tonight, this happened, and earlier this
Last
happened.
week, this happened.
That's true.
Yeah. Why have to watch all 3 hours when you're going to feel me? I can watch hour 3 and be told of everything that happened. In the opening segment, Seth came out, and then Dominic came out, and then Charlie and them interviewed them, and you'll get the recaps of everything. So it no longer becomes must-see TV because I can just be filled in later.
You're going to recap me anyways.
You could go away for a month, come back, you haven't missed a fucking thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're going to tell you. If anything was good, they're going to tell you. If they're using it in a story, they're going to tell you the following week, the week after that, the week after that. They're just going to rebuild it all the way
rehash
through
everything.
And rehash everything.
And recapping and all that is perfect for a pay-per-view. For that kickoff special, yeah, fill me in and all the shit that's been going on. But I don't need to see the weekly advancements on Raw.
I wish.
I was back with the swing, then I was eyeball, and now this, and now that. Like, no.
I wish I had like a bag of cookies or something because I just want to be like, remember when like people actually watch TV and retain the information leading into a pay-per-view? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Like WWE doesn't, but Pepperidge Farm does. Like, God, remember when you threw that body in the Chattahoochee River? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Remember when Vince McMahon killed himself off of TV?
Three
Pepperidge
times.
Farm remembers.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yes, they do.
They remember everything. Jinx. I'm Ken Bursey.
Really quick, I just want to show some love to the comment section and say happy fuck Pat Day to Felipe.
Happy fuck Pat Day, Felipe.
Yeah.
We're going to get to that. We're definitely getting to that because we got to transition into the Deadly Draw tournament, the AEW Women's Tag Tournament that kicked off on Tuesday on YouTube. And I definitely want to get everybody's like feelings on it and what they liked and what they didn't like. I want to start first with, of course, the first lady, our homegirl, Grandma Wendy. What did you think of the Deadly Draw? And she's I'm sorry. I try to be a gentleman and it blows up in my face. I can't win.
No. It doesn't. I enjoy the concept. It's great. It's definitely a great idea. I hope that it becomes a more regular thing and doesn't fall off like the Mae Young Classic did. Because when the Mae Young Classic happened, I was hyped as fuck and so excited, and then it disappeared, and I was like, like, why? I like the concept though of you don't know who your tag partner is quite yet till they draw a color.
Unless you're the Nightmare Sisters.
Fucking Allie. Anyways, no, and I do like it. I've enjoyed it so far. Nyla with what's her name, Cameron. What did she go by?
They lost, didn't they?
Thank you, Ariana. Yes, they did, but I
We'll
thought it was funny. I appreciated Nyla beating her afterwards. That should make me laugh.
You and me both, girl. I was dying.
It reminded me so much of like her, the way she came out with the attitude and all that. I'm like, that's not a gimmick. She's just being herself right now. And it was just reminiscent of everything she did in WWE. And it made me laugh because it reminded me of that time she tried to do that split pin on some chick. But the girl who was, I want to say it was Naomi, but I can't remember if it was Naomi. And she was face down, and she's yelling at the ref to count. And the ref is like, I can't. That's not how it works.
You got to spin her over first, and then I'll count. You know.
It was just so rude and disrespectful of her. And I appreciate that this is coming over with her. Yeah. No. Conti and what's her name?
Anna Jay.
Thank you.
Of the Dark Order.
I was going to say, the Dark Order's lady.
I love that team. I really do.
Yes.
What, the Dark Order? Yeah, they're a great organization.
No, Anna Jay and Conti.
Anna Jay and Conti. I was amazed at how, right off the bat, amazingly well together. Yeah. There was no like, oh, are they gonna? They just did it. They went in there. They worked well together. Like they knew what they were doing. It was perfect. Although, what was it? When Anna Jay came out, Jose was like, that is the most Street Fighter entrance. She came out with her whole ass crew, walked into that ring, did her little pose, and then they walked off. I was like, okay, all right, okay, all right. Not mad, just confused, but okay. Overall, though, I like it. I think it's great. Those are my
like Brian said, I was happy to see Tay Conte and her and Anna Jay worked so well.
Talented.
They stole that show. I loved like the pageantry of it all with like Shaw Guerrero in the ring, and then you have Medusa come out to open it. Fucking Medusa! I mean, come on, it was great. I was hoping she got the women's title out of the trash so she could throw it away again on AEW. That would have been cool. And then
that's who I wanted. That's who I wanted to be partnered up with Nyla Rose. To be honest,
that would have been cool. I would have loved that.
Yeah, I think if it had been Medusa, it would have been so much better.
Yeah.
I would have loved either Medusa or Penelope Ford. It obviously didn't happen. And that's okay because Nyla has already got Vicky and she's kind of a beast on her own. She doesn't really need anybody else, so we're fine. I'm all right with it. And of course I love Veda Scott on commentary. I thought that was cool.
Veda Scott is so adorable.
I know she's like she's like the almost perfect combination of sexy and cute, and she actually knows what she's talking about, and she's been on the mic before in Ring of Honor, so to bring her in, it just seemed like a nice
for
fit.
How long now?
Forever. 5 ever.
5 ever, bro.
That's a long time. But yeah, I mean, it's just it was a very good first effort. I'm hoping they keep it up like that because if I had to just sum it up in one soundbite, I mean, the deadly draw so far is just like,
hey, that's pretty good.
You're good, you. I like you. This is not Raw Underground. I like you.
Can I harp on Brandy for a moment?
Of course.
Please.
Okay.
The first lady, you can do whatever you want.
It'll be kind of quick. So I wish that this whole I have an action figure and I'm so great and I'm Brandy, the CBO, whatever. I wish this would have been Brandy's thing from a beginning. Like, forget that whole nightmare crew that she had and all the other bullshit in between. I wish this Brandy would have been the Brandy we would have been given from a beginning and just evolved and improved with time.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm liking this Brandy. It's annoying, but I like it.
Oh, no, I'm right there with you. Like, again, we're not saying that AEW doesn't make mistakes, okay? It's not like we just bash the shit out of WWE and then we go, oh, but the almighty AEW or somebody else. No, we'll bash anybody. We are equal opportunity bashers, so don't fuck up.
That 12-man tag was fucking... I knew that was going to be dangerous to fucking pull off when they started the show. Like, it had its moments, but it was not their.
Now, in all fairness, the 12-man became like a 9-man with the quickness because Hangman and FTR just kind of like, oop, gotta go.
Go grab a drink mid-match.
Beers are in the back.
There was a lot to keep track of, and it was very confusing.
It really was. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was good for the Dark Order. It helped kind of push them along, and maybe cement this thing with Boom Boom. Maybe not. Even on
Boom Boom's just hanging out, man.
He's just hanging out. He's just hanging out. That's all he's doing. He's not really. He ain't drank the Kool-Aid. He's not wearing a mask. He's just hanging out. Anna Jay's a little bit more in than Boom Boom, and you can understand that. But he's just hanging out.
So in that match, they had that one. What was he like, number 9 or something like that?
Interchangeable gimp, we know.
But because they had he was like some random number, like it was like 9 or 7 or something like that.
They need name tags like we have in the corner here, like South Philly Sycho, High Class, that kind of. They need like number 5 on a name tag on their chest. I
have a feeling that's Peter Avalon. I could just, by looking at his wrestling style and stuff, like I thought it.
In his winless record, he's like, I gotta start winning. Slide over.
Wasn't he in the audience though?
I can't remember if that particular match he might have been. There's so many people with man buns, it's hard to keep track.
Seriously.
You know, you got Griff Garrison, you got him, you know, you got Wardlow, although Wardlow's
Jungle Boy.
Wardlow has like a nub.
No, Brucey. That's Jungle Man, not Jungle Boy. There's a difference. They should get together. It'd be the Jungle Boogie. I don't know. And while we're on the subject of AEW, I know it didn't happen on Dynamite, but can we give a small shout out to that tweet that Abaddon put out this morning about how like, yeah, I know I'm a little big. I will sit on you and suck your soul while I drink a Bloody Mary.
Yep.
I was like,
bless her for it.
Oh, I mean, not just a gimmick. She's obviously got a mind too, and she really doesn't give a fuck. And I love that. I just do. I think they need to push Abaddon like straight to the fucking moon. Like she needs to be in the ring with Sheeta tomorrow.
I think there's a lot of talent in the women's roster they need to take out of Dark and put on Dynamite.
Yeah.
Abaddon's one of them.
Definitely. That's like number 1. Because she had that one Dynamite match and she dominated and she looked great and she was obviously spooky, and then she went back to Dark and she's just kind of been there, and it's like, okay, more please.
Has AEW announced the remainder of the teams for that for the women's tournament? Do we know if like who's in it? Is Abaddon gonna pop up in there with some?
Not yet.
I'm telling you right now, Big Swole and Britt Baker will be a team, and they will be the last team.
That would be hysterical.
Dude, I want Abaddon and fucking Reba. That shit would be comedy right there.
Yes.
Like Britt Baker having to like try to tame Abaddon. Like I think goals, but.
Is Britt Baker yelling at Reba from the outside?
We got a good question from Felipe. I'm sorry, I got to bring this in. He asks, who had the best promo this week? Drew on Orton or Orange Cassidy on Jericho?
Orange Cassidy, hands down. Hands down.
Oh man, it's like
for me though, it's between Cassidy and Scorpio Sky though, because that promo Sky cut.
Sky. I would probably put over both of them because he just lit it up, and everything that he said. But while you were watching it, you're like, you're not wrong. Like, you know, I'm one of 2 people to beat Jericho. You're not wrong. I'm the King of Dark, and there's nothing wrong with that. But this is not my ceiling. You're not wrong.
Yep.
I loved Drew's that whole fucking him and Orin that exchange. The thing that it bugs me, and I can't let it go. About whenever the WWE tries to bring in like real life into their promos to talk about, well, you were fired and you were, you know, gone, like, and there's just like we're supposed to pretend that all these years, like, what the fuck was Drew doing? No mention of Impact, no mention that he was honing his craft, and he was becoming a better athlete. And he
the best part of Drew's promo.
The guys just are like floating in the ether, and the WWE, like the only thing that matters.
Exactly. Well, it's WWE. What did you expect? That's what they do. You know, but I thought the best part,
outside accomplishment.
The best part of Drew's promo, which might have been the best part of Raw, was when he brought up that like before he was fired, his life was falling apart, like, you know, personally, professionally, the whole 9. And a word from a guy like Randy Orton, who had been there and done that and gotten through it, might have actually helped him the way people helped Randy Orton, but he never bothered. That part like was so the way he delivered it and everything else was so like scathing, and you sat there and went like, oh, did he just off the cuff that? Like, was that a shoot? Like that kind of stuff you don't see a lot in WWE promos. So I enjoyed the living hell out of it, but I thought Skies was probably the best of the week. No offense to Jericho, no offense to Orange Cassidy. I love that he spoke. That was huge.
Yeah.
And he spoke well, and he did great. But I thought Sky's promo on Dark, and if you haven't seen it, go back and check it out, was probably the best one of the entire week. And even Felipe said, I had totally forgot about Scorpio on Dark. That was great too. Yeah. There were some great promos in wrestling. That's at least something we had to look forward to this week. There were a lot of great promos, and there were some moments on Dynamite, man. I don't know. Some of them obviously weren't supposed to happen that were just very Dynamite was very blood oriented. I kind of dug it. I don't know about but the worst one of all was probably the whole Sammy and Matt Hardy incident with the chair, and Tony or AEW coming out and saying, we were kind of mad at Sammy about that, and he got a stern talking to for basically spearing Matt Hardy in the head with a chair leg.
Yeah.
Like, he tried to do the Sabu.
That shit. He didn't. He just it was
Sabu threw it
horizontal entirely.
While it was
and the
folded.
Thing was horizontally entirely. It just speared the fuck out of it.
He threw it legs first. Like a lawn dart.
Like, I don't know if it was heat of the moment, just grabbed and chucked real quickly, or what happened there. But, bro, what the fuck?
I mean, for starters, Can we all admit this is probably not the worst thing that happened to Matt Hardy?
No, it's definitely not. And it was like we were talking about before Wendy came on. Like, I think Matt was pissed. And I think Matt gave Sammy a pretty stern talking to in the back, and I'm sure it wasn't friggin' nice. But everything that's happening now that we see on Twitter and we're seeing on Instagram, we're seeing on YouTube, that's all at work. Like that's them building the story in my eyes. Like, was Matt pissed? Fuck yeah, Matt was pissed. Yeah. Sammy got to the back. Matt got to the back. Matt got stitched up. He gave him his 2 cents, and then he was probably like, "All right, dude, let's build on this."
Right? Let's run with it. No, I totally agree. All the backlash today could possibly be a work that they're trying to build into the storyline to build towards a feud at, say, All Out. I will say this: it led for some much more dramatic television, because it wasn't like, even the dive through the table from Sammy was cool, but when he came up and he was just, in the words of JR, the Crimson Mask. I mean, that really built that rival. It just fueled to the fire. Just fire so big it was practically pyro. So Wendy popped. Just
pyro.
Hardy has been around the block a few times. He's been in business for a long time. He knows accidents happen. Sammy meant no maliciousness from it. It wasn't intentional. There's clearly, indie spot happens all the time. The heels are such chucking chairs relentlessly left and right, and the faces, kind of blocking them left and right. Matt Hardy probably wasn't expecting it. Didn't get his hands up in time. They should clip them right, and they happened to hit the right spot, and it exploded, and blood
10 stitches later.
I legitimately think it was in the heat of the moment. He was just grabbing and chucking and doing and moving.
Yeah, Sammy is more of that indie mindset of we go on the fly, whereas Matt Hardy is, screw it, a chair. I need to know a chair is coming at me so I can block it, because that's the way the WWE has trained them to, work.
Yeah.
Right.
Everything is choreographed. Sammy is grab shit from the crowd, is working into a match. It's all improvisation from the indie level, and I think it was just an accident. And the fact that the pool of blood added to that rivalry, and I'm looking forward to this match at fucking the next pay-per-view. That's going to be a good one.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I can't wait for it.
This was the first episode of Dynamite that I can say I was kind of pissed off at Cody.
Really?
I felt watching the Matt Cardona and Cody tag, I felt Cody was, in me watching it, was trying to take over the match and make it about him, when in all intents and purposes it was supposed to be Cardona's debut match. You would think he would let him, go out there and pretty much do most of the work. Yeah, Cody got, he got worked over and Matt came in and he got the win. But he didn't get the ring time I thought he was going to get in that tag match. He really didn't get a lot of ring time.
I was angry about it like you at first, and then I took a second, and when I was thinking about it, I'm thinking, okay, name any wrestler that talks about being away from wrestling for a while, and they tell you the only thing that gets you into wrestling shape and conditioning is being in the ring, which is something that Matt has done, not just in these 90 days that he's been home. It's not like he got a lot of work in WWE before he got released. So he really hasn't been in a ring in a long goddamn time. So maybe, just maybe, he told Cody, I'm a little worried about, getting in there and getting gassed and looking like a fool and this and that. And Cody was like, all right, here's what we're going to do. And then you saw it play out in the ring. That would make total sense. If it was some kind of weird thing where they got into a dispute in the back or something over what was going to happen and Cody just decided to hog the ring, then I'm pissed. But it seemed like maybe he was trying to kind of protect Matt a little bit, let him get his ring legs under him and let him gradually work his way back into, the kind of guy he can be, the kind of competitor that he was and that sort of thing. So I'm not too mad about it, but it definitely got on my, in the moment, I was like, oh, come on, I want to see, make the tag, go like this, one time.
If I can be honest, though, I'm getting bored with Cody matches.
That's why I think Scorpio Sky is going to take the TNT title next week.
I hope so, because Cody matches are boring.
It's perfect especially
after the
that
promo and then coming out and staring down Cody when he was walking back with the title and everything. It would not surprise me if he took it, and I would be happy for him because Scorpio Sky deserves it, not just for what he's done in AEW, but if you follow him throughout his career, he's a tremendous wrestler, all around, on the mic, in the ring, the whole nine. If anybody deserves to be the next TNT champion, right now, it would be Scorpio Sky.
Yep.
So I would mark right the fuck out if he did. I'm not gonna lie.
And Cody matches have just become predictable, and you know what's gonna happen, and it always starts off. They start off, Cody starts off strong, and then his opponent takes the upper hand, and then kick out, and then Cody's got it back, and then kick out. And then, Cody's getting beat up again. Kick out. Oh my God. Out of nowhere. Testicular fortitude. And Cody won.
Okay, even Brian agrees with us. Scorpio is primed to be the TNT champion. Yeah, he really is, dude. I want to see it.
And if you stop and look at Cody's opponents, his only real opponent that you could consider a true threat to that title was Hager.
Yeah. I mean,
you pretty much knew none of the other guys were going to friggin' win.
Yeah.
I kind of thought Eddie Kingston stood a chance, especially when they signed his ass. I kind of thought he stood a chance because he had, obviously
it's one thing to stand a chance, though, but
promos,
I don't know. It's one thing to stand a chance. It's another thing with the way Cody's matches have been going with no real rivalries and just throwing people at him. You knew he wasn't going to win it.
So do you think
because it was predictable?
So let me ask you this: do you think Cody and Scorpio will become that rivalry going forward, into All Out coming up in September, where they just kind of build off one another, keep having these runs?
I hope so. Because he has that passion and that heat and that hunger.
Cardona, though. With the way that they said he has 5 shows lined up, times perfectly for Cardona to be the one, but.
To do another "my best friend stabbed me in the back" storyline.
Oh no, that's why I don't want to see. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying Scorpio and Cody are probably.
I don't the whole Cardona love. I don't know why he's even there. His style. I don't I don't even get what his style is. I'm still waiting for someone to give me a Zack Ryder highlight for him because he has none.
We still need to figure out exactly who he is.
He's in a student of the WWE system, so I'm waiting for like, is there some like unknown highlight reel that I don't know of? Is there like some flashy move that he has?
We still need to figure out.
What he
There's
did
still a lot of unknown
in the ring was never impressive to me. What impressed me was the fact that he was funny on YouTube. That's not what I want in the ring. So I don't know. To me,
that's why I'm leaning towards Sky, because there's still a lot unknown about Matt Cardona. But Scorpio Sky is a proven commodity in AEW. You've seen him in tag. You've seen him with SCU. He's been a tag champ. You've seen him on his own on Dark all these weeks and all these wins he's rattling off. You've heard him speak and talk about, you know, where he wants to go and what he wants to do. Now you see him kind of getting in Cody's face this week. He's the guy that you build this rivalry with. And then maybe you work Matt Cardona in afterward because you have time to, you know, progress him in AEW while these guys fight it out and Scorpio wins and, you know, that sort of thing. You give him some more time. You got Scorpio now. You got Matt Cardona kind of waiting in the wings. If he can go.
I kind of agree with you, Evan. Like, honestly, if you stop and think, all we've seen is Cardona in WWE.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like none of us. I don't even think any of us were watching. Really,
the highlights were the one fucking fluke Intercontinental with WrestleMania win, and then being thrown off the stage by fucking Kane in a wheelchair. Like that's like the highlight of his career.
Mm-hmm.
Being stabbed in the back by Ace Torres, like which has nothing to do with in ring. The guy just. When you have guys like Pentagon Jr. and fucking Joey Janela who are talented as fuck, who can put on crazy ass matches, you have Scorpio Sky, another one, you know, that are just being wasted.
Yeah.
Are you gonna give Matt Cardona a push? Nah, get out of here with that.
No, you can hold off on that one because there's so many guys. Like you said, there's Pentagon, there's Sky, there's Phoenix. There's so many people you could put in that TNT title match at All Out or build a rivalry with.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really need to. You can let Matt Cardona develop in AEW and show you what he can do and get beyond this Zack Ryder gimmick and that kind of thing. While you're plugging these other guys that you have in these title matches, and it's perfect. You have what you need now. You have what you could have something down the road. It builds because you're always going to have another week. You're always going to have another show. You're always going to have another 2 hours to fill a TNT title match. The whole nine. So let it play out. Use these guys and take advantage of what you have in front of you. And get rid of the open challenges because we already know.
So over the open challenge.
Yeah. And of course, I think Darby and Moxley kind of lived up to the bill. Like we thought, oh, these two crazy sons of bitches are going to kill each other, and they pretty much did.
I would love to see those two in like a hardcore match.
It was a very bloody, violent Dynamite. I enjoyed the hell
out.
No,
but I want them to have like a legitimate hardcore match, like
the
shit Moxley used to do in Puerto Rico.
A death match.
Yeah.
A fucking death match.
Like
the shit he did in PR, man. That shit was wild. PR is known for that.
Yeah, no, Moxley has done some crazy shit just about everywhere except AEW.
Mm-hmm. I
mean, the craziest thing was that match with Kenny Omega, and that was good. But for Moxley, it was like a walk in the park.
Pain.
You know? And then of course, you know, with NXT, we didn't we totally skipped a topic. We got to back up. We got to talk about AEW creating the heels community during the Deadly Draw, and you know, basically bringing out like for female wrestling fans, that sort of thing. And I think Wendy had asked about that heels T-shirt back in the day, and I was trying to explain. But this now again, they like to put the cart before the horse. Like the shirt came out months ago, they're now using it for this campaign, like the Nightmare Sisters on Fight for the Fallen. You're like, why? And then they announced there's a tag tournament, and you're like, oh. Okay.
That was my biggest issue with it, was that they put out the T-shirts with no explanation, and it feels like they've been trying to figure out, like, okay, so we have these shirts, we have this logo, we have all of this. Well, what's the purpose? And then somebody was like, oh, hey, I have an idea. Let's make Brandy the face of it and just sell it as a woman's thing. I think that's my biggest issue with it. Besides that, I don't really have much of an issue with it. I appreciate it. I appreciate the concept.
Yeah, I think the concept is great. You know, like again, I know people say a lot of stuff about female wrestling fans, and we've even like, thanks to Grandma Wendy, it's like, oh, I think it's great that you have a female wrestling fan on the show, and I'm like, you know,
but I mean,
it's not really... like it's not an intention. She's just a like doesn't matter, female, male, or wrestling fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah, she really is. She might not be much of a lady, but she's a lady. We wouldn't call her just the first lady of Top Rope otherwise. I mean, that would just be odd. But, you know, it's just, I think it's a cool thing for female wrestling fans, something for them to get involved with and kind of, you know, become a community. Whatever. That's cool.
It's a good spot to, it's a good place to not have to prove yourself as a woman fan. Because this is what I've encountered, and I'm pretty sure a lot of women will agree. No matter what the fandom, you always encounter that gatekeeping dickbag who's like, oh, well, if you're really a fan, prove it. And they start asking you miscellaneous trivia, and you're like, your mom's a hoe. She should have swallowed. So why?
Oh, Wendy,
why are you quizzing me?
Wendy, if you're a real fan, who did the 1, 2, 3 kid beat? In his first match?
Well, that's stupid.
In his debut on Monday Night Raw.
It's Razor Ramon, because that's who my stepdaddy was. Oddly enough, my real dad's name is Ramon. I was like, really, Mom? One Ramon for another? But
how far into the WrestleMania 3 match did Hulk Hogan body slam Andre the Giant? You say you're a
fan.
Jesus,
you say you're a
fan.
And
and thank God when Wendy obviously talks about these kind of people, we are not these kind of people. So we are the kind of people to tell those kind to shut the fuck up. That's us.
My big concern, though, with heels was like, how are they going to creep out the creeps? But apparently, they're not allowing men into this.
Nope.
Like, it's legitimately just women. Yeah. And I was like, oh, maybe I will cancel my WWE Network subscription and like throw my money at this instead. Granted, it's like $40 more. But whatever, like
that's the thing that got me was the price.
The thing that bugs me is the price that we're charging. That I get it. You're creating a safe space for women can go on there and voice their minds, voice their opinions, talk about the fucking thing they love the most, wrestling, and there's zero fear of getting some fucking random dick pic sent to you. It's all women. There's no creepy guys.
There's no neckbeards.
Right.
But the fact that they got to charge is what bugs me. Just make it a community. Make it an all-women's inclusive group for women, empower women. We love wrestling, and we're going to be able to enjoy it, like I said, without the fear of these misogynist assholes coming in and trying to fucking look down my shirt. But you're charging for it. And that's what I don't get. Like, why? You know, like, a community should be, they should be honoring this as women together for free.
To be fair, though, here we go. Let me tell you, as a woman, I have paid $40 for a lipstick. Okay, I paid God knows how much for shoes. I paid countless amounts for purses. Don't ask how much haircuts have cost me in the past. Okay, dye jobs up to $300 for a dye job that's going to grow out in 6 weeks. Don't even ask how much I've purchased in clothing. My nails, getting them done, I could pay for this for the amount that people pay to get their nails done.
I'm pretty sure all three of us know what those expenses are too, because we've all been married for some time, and even I just had to pay for a really expensive dye job. Hi, honey.
And I'm not one to be like yeah, okay, so I do have, you know, my $1.99 Wet n Wild lipsticks, but I also have my $50 Chanel lipstick.
You have like your fancy, I'm going to someplace nice stuff, and then you have your everyday stuff. Is what it is, I think.
And I have,
that's my wife.
My like $100 perfumes. I have my however many dollar shoes. You know, so $50 for a subscription to like chat with other broads about shit I love. I might consider it.
I don't blame you.
I might.
But see now, just because society has normalized overcharging women for shit that doesn't need to be charged so much, because that $100 Chanel perfume probably costs $15 to make in a factory. Is that AEW?
I'm paying for the name.
are they like using that and they're taking advantage of these women, saying, "Hey, you want to be safe? Well, you gotta pay us to be safe."
You can say the same thing about a PlayStation or an Xbox. All those fucking Nike shoes and Jordans and Air Force One. You can say the same shit. We pay for the name, baby. We pay for the name.
And I'm not paying for any of this shit. I'm not paying for any of this. So now you're telling me if I want to talk to friends in a group community and feel safe, I have to pay for it? That's extortion.
The funniest thing about that was everything Wendy rattled off, I've got sitting over here. Like Xbox, Jordans, whatever. I paid money for a replica championship, okay? Them shits ain't cheap either.
No, yeah.
When you think about it, we do put in the money for these things, though. Like whenever you go to a wrestling show, how much did that cost you? If it's indie, if it's something big, whatever it is, we still put money into like getting together and being with.
Oh no, I totally. The point that I was trying to make was, I think we are all exploited equally, just for different things. You know, women get exploited on makeup, and we get exploited on replica belts and Jordans and that type of and shirts. You know.
Does that make it okay for AEW to continue their exploitation when they want to sit there and try to point the finger at WWE saying we're better than you? We don't do the things you do when you're just as exploitative.
Yeah. Because it's like I can sit here.
Well, that's capitalism. That's fucking capitalism. Yeah. Welcome to the U.S.
Because I can sit here. I could literally. I get it, but I could literally sit here and say, well, you know that shirt you're wearing that you got off of Pro Wrestling Tees? They probably made that for like $6, but they charged you $30. Yeah. So
how much
it could be said about anything.
How much do gamers pay for all these subscriptions for like their Xbox Live and the PlayStation whatever? How much money goes into all of that?
They're fools because they know the businesses know that the foolish fans will pay for it. And that sucks. The AEW is taking advantage of the fans that these women, they feel that in order to be safe, have to pay $50 a month. To me, that's ridiculous. We don't charge shit.
It's capitalism. It's capitalism at its finest, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's where AEW needs to be the bigger fucking man in the picture. AEW can't say that WWE is the beast up north when you're the beast down south.
Now,
but I think if enough women complain about it or don't subscribe to it and say it's because of the price point, they might bring it down. Because me personally, while I do love the concept and I don't mind paying for my $50 whatevers, I'm still on the fence about paying $50 to talk with a bunch of strangers about wrestling.
You can do that with us for free.
You're not even strangers, though.
Exactly.
I wouldn't feel comfortable charging even a fucking $1 an episode for people to listen to me talk because I'm not worth it. I don't think I am.
I know. It's the same reason I don't want to do a Patreon, but I feel you on that. But I am pretty interested with I like the concept. I want to see where they go with this, if they're willing to come down on the price, if it takes off, that sort of thing. I just thought it was a cool concept. I like what they're doing. It's definitely AEW really does try to get everybody involved, which I think is nice. The other issue that came from AEW, and this was more of a social media thing, was after that debate last night with Jericho and Cassidy that Eric Bischoff moderated for some reason. We had a few people, come at us saying that basically like, oh, well, you guys liked that debate and you thought it was great, but if WWE did it, you would have probably tore it to shreds. So in order to rebut these people. I said, sorry. What I would like to know is, if WWE were to do a debate, who would you put in it, and who would you moderate, and who would you use as a moderator, and would you enjoy it when it was done?
If I was fantasy booking the debate on WWE, like right now, I would probably have to go with, just because they have such great chemistry, is Daniel Bryan and the real heel Miz.
Yeah.
With Stone Cold officiating and doing it his own way. That right there is like probably the I can't say. one of the best combos.
Mine is relatively close to yours, but we had talked last week about Big E and we all kind of agreed, like, shoot him to the moon. And he obviously had his first singles match against The Miz a week or two ago. I would have put that debate together between The Miz and Big E because they're both great on the mic. They both have completely contradicting personalities. And you could almost hear Big E rattling off the climate change response like Orange Cassidy did because he's that kind of goofy and funny and witty. And I would have probably, because I love him and I bring him up all the time, I would have had Teddy Long do the moderating. I think it would have been fire. And it would have shown you what we had already said when we brought up Big E in the first place. The guy's great on a mic. He's multi-talented. He's so much more than you see in in this whole New Day role that he has. And it would also been a great way to bring out, like Bruce said, that real heel dickhead Miz character that we all loved that we lost. And no more hey hey ho ho. Win, win. All right, who wants to go next?
Thinking real hard right now.
I know, right?
I have no hope that they could pull it off. With Bruce
we're saying if you booked it, how would you do it?
It's not how it's how you. Like how
Evan would
Vince
do it.
McMahon died and left you WWE. How do you do this?
You're booking it and you're letting them have free reign.
I'm blowing up the whole fucking system if that's me, but I guess I would go with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn because they got 20-year-old beasts. Most can go on the mic, give them free reign. I'm talking, if I'm booking it,
that history,
no script. Fuck this WWE where you follow my script, you say what I say. Now, I'm letting you guys have a mic. We're going at it, and if I can book it somehow, I get who I moderate that. I get fucking the Mountie just because he's French Canadian. I go to Kevin Clark.
DCO.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jacques Rougeau.
Yeah. They did Jacques Marby, and we just be like.
I like that though. I really do. I'd enjoy the shit out of that.
He's a dick, right? Rougeau's kind of a dick, you know. He got his little like fucking cattle prod shocker there to like keep you in line. Remember that shit?
No, I remember. Shit.
Yeah.
Breeze just came out dressed like him a couple weeks ago. All right, so
I would do stables. I would have the New Day going up against the Hurt Business because as much as MVP annoys me, he's good on the mic. And actually listen when he talks.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love podcasts.
He draws you in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I would have. Mm-hmm. I don't know who I would have moderated though. That'd be.
Oh! Can I add Ron Simmons?
Ooh,
damn.
See, and all
of when needed.
I don't care which one it is that we just made up. I would watch it and I would enjoy it because again, it's not like I just bash WWE and say somebody else's goal. I will bash any fucking buddy. I bashed Impact for a while, and then I came on here and I praised him after Slammiversary. It's not like there are those fans, and I'm not one of them.
You know what? If you're gonna say that, like, I have like ultimate fantasy, like I got to like smoke all I wanted and fucking let my wildest dream.
Yeah.
I put Kevin Owens and The Rock.
Ooh.
Let those guys fucking just.
Ooh.
They have so many barbs and jabs and popcorn fart, and they call each other names. And that shit
popcorn fart. That would be good too. Like, it's not like we just sit here and bash WWE because we're fanboys of somebody else. That's the kind of stuff that needs to stop. Like everybody needs to calm down with like, oh well, I'm this promotion, or I'm that, or I'm this fanboy, or I'm that. No. This isn't fucking politics where you have to pick a side. This is wrestling. You can enjoy it no matter where it comes from. I don't care if it's like WWE or you see like PPW in the middle of a mall in Scranton. It's all worth enjoying if you're willing to sit and fucking watch.
What?
I'd be at Dunder Mifflin if I was in Scranton.
Wouldn't we all?
My best friend's wife was from Scranton, PA, and he's actually visited. It's like a tiny little shithole town, but shout out to him. Yeah, we they told me she's in Scranton. I'm like, you
I love Scranton. Shout out to Scranton. I don't even.
Yeah. Pam Beasley. Yeah.
They got some great hunting.
Pam Beasley.
They got some great hunting up in that part. Just mountains and woods and shit. It's fun.
Oh, God.
But you know, I mean,
wrestling's for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. The point is, enjoy fucking wrestling. Who cares if it's WWE or AEW or Impact or whoever any of these companies that are going to come back whenever this fucking pandemic ends? Enjoy it. That's what it's there for. It's not there for you to pick a side and turn it into this whack-ass political system we got going on that somebody really needs to burn the fuck down, if you want me to be honest, but I'm not going to go any further on that one. It's fucking wrestling. Calm down. Chill. Relax. Kick back, grab a beer, watch it, and enjoy. I swear to God, you'll feel better than just saying like, "Oh, well, this is all, and they're great," and blah, blah. See, look at Evan. He's enjoying himself. Wendy's enjoying herself with her Top Rope Wrestling Talk mug,
which you can find conveniently on our Top Rope Wrestling Talk merch page.
Just search TRWT merch on Facebook. Hey, Wendy, can you flip it? Can we see the grandma part?
Oh yeah, of course. Boop. There it is. Can y'all see it? Look at how beautiful that is.
You can also get your favorite host on the back of your mug. Okay? You know, and you can get Evil Evan. You can get the Sycho. You can get High Class. You can get Grandma Wendy on your coffee mug. So in the morning, you can just rep us. You can go to work. You can show off to everyone. Say, "Oh yeah, this is my favorite wrestling show." You gotta check them out on YouTube.
You can sit in your Zoom meetings like I did and just be like, "Mm-hmm."
I would have loved nothing better. My stuff was supposed to show up today at 6, and it never showed up. I'm mad at the post office.
Boo.
Ruined my life. Through rain and sleet and snow, my ass.
Apparently, it's through all of that, but not through politics. But that's a whole other story.
Through rain and sleet and snow until it comes, and then it's stand back. There's a hurricane coming through. We'll leave your box over here.
Lord.
So, yeah, it was just, you know, it pains me when people paint us, you know, in that kind of light, or just put that brush over us. Like, we're not fanboys. We're not, you know, just one thing. I know Brucey loves AEW, and every time we say, "Where do you want somebody to go?" the answer is typically AEW, but he watches other shit.
Yeah.
And so does Evil Evan, and so does Grey White, and so do I. Yeah. You know, I mean, if you're in our Facebook group, you know it. It's like I'm in the Raw thread, and then I'm hosting like Dark and Impact when I do have power and there isn't a hurricane. Then I'm in the Dynamite thread. I'll even show up for SmackDown once in a blue moon.
Before the Rona hit, I was all about my indie shows. I know Evan's all about his indie shows too.
Pretty much, if there's like fucking 4 posts and like a rope and guys in spandex, I'll be watching it. I don't really care what country, what language. I don't care if it's a guy, a girl, a fucking kaiju big battle, 2 robots and shit fighting. I'm all about it, dude. Give me
fucking Battle of Blow Up Doll. I'll watch it.
So to me, before
those things are hard to blow up, man.
Before the whole, you know, virus came in, I was actually going to ask Wendy if she was up for a road trip when Fight for the Mind came up, which is a benefit show that Shooter does every year for Alzheimer's and dementia. And I was going to go do a show up there live at the venue, maybe see if Shooter needed us to do something like backstage interviewing, maybe let us call.
That would have been cool.
You know, that kind of shit. But that was going to happen in September. I don't know when it's going to happen now. We're going to ask him next week when he comes on, so stay tuned. But
I was so ready, dude. I was so ready in April to like fucking like Moses, be like, let my people in, and like invite other motherfuckers from the TRWT Nation to fucking party in LA. And WrestleMania weekend was gonna be it, and we were gonna tear down that SoFi Stadium. It was gonna be all of us representing with our sweet merch, which you can find at TRWT merch. But we were gonna be all there, and I was so excited. WrestleMania in my fucking backyard, LA, but.
I know. I was excited to come out to Cali and stay at your house.
I had made plans because Crockett Cup was on the same weekend as my birthday. And I had made plans that we were going to go. We were going to, like, you know, get the hotel, get the tickets, do the whole thing, wine and dine, all of Hotlanta and all that. And then the Rona hit. And that was all down the toilet. Lonely tear.
It's so sad, but yeah, it's like I love wrestling, everything from the independent all the way to the top, and you know, don't try to put that brush over me and paint me in that like.
Can we say Can we say, despite everything that's happened, despite like the Rona and the speaking out and all the controversies that have come out, despite all the crazy shit, wrestling right now is going through such an amazing like renaissance, revival, whatever you want to call it, with
whatever
all of
you want to call it,
options, with all these options to watch and see, and so many more, and such easy access to the wrestlers as well because of social media. You can just reach out to them on Twitter, on the Facebook, on Instagram.
And
you can find us on all of those.
Like the YouTube boom for wrestling shows before COVID was phenomenal. They were everywhere. Every promotion practically had a YouTube channel and a show you could watch weekly. And it was great.
It's a great time to be a wrestling fan,
It is a wonderful time to be a fan, but not when you just paint yourself into a corner and say, oh, we see these promotions behind it. They don't matter. I only like this one. There's no point to that because you're just missing out on so much that you could be enjoying, and instead you're sitting there in the corner just all full of hate because somebody else is enjoying something that you don't feel like partaking in. And it's like, even at that point, if that's your mentality and you want to be like that, let me remind you of one little simple fact. Not everyone is like you and does not need to be like you. Enjoy fucking wrestling if you want to. Don't listen to what dude in the corner is saying because he painted himself into a WWE corner. Like watch whatever the fuck you see behind me if you still can.
Like the one thing that I'm really looking forward to, and I think it's going to be interesting, especially for like these guys that have only come up in the WWE system. But once they're actually allowed to do shows, they're only going to have minimum fans. So they're pretty much going to be running indie shows to start.
Definitely.
So it's going to be kind of cool to see a WWE show, but with like an indie size crowd.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like that.
Because even
in what they do, because they pretty much got to start in a bingo hall and work their way up.
Even these days, with the way they only allow so many people, AEW Dynamite kind of feels like that. It feels like this big production show with an indie scene kind of crowd because you only have but so many people that they can put in those stands. And it's a cool feel. Like, I always enjoy listening to actual fans cheering in the background while I'm watching Dynamite. It just feels right. It just gives me that extra layer and that extra little bit of hope. Like, fuck WrestleMania. I want to be able to go to Cali just so I go to a PWG show with Evan. I love PWG. Yeah. If I could just go out, stay at Evan's crib, we go to a PWG show, get fucking wasted, I'd have a ball. It does not have to be WrestleMania. And I would go all that way just to see a PWG show with my homeboy.
Got my keys. Extra key for you right here. Come on.
I'm on the way.
All of you guys, come on. We camped in my backyard.
I would love, I love indie shows. I still love WWE. I try to, even when we were talking about Underground, I'm like, I'm trying. I'm really fucking trying. It's not easy, but I'm really fucking trying. I'm looking for hope. Like, oh, Ciampa's going to show up. Dijakovic's going to show up, And I'm sorry. My wife reminded me of this the other day for whatever reason, and I don't know his real name. I don't want to say it. But the wrestler known as Dominic Dijakovic has kind of trolled my family since he was in ROH. I say that because in ROH, he was Donovan Dijak, so he named himself after my son. Then he went to NXT and he became Dominic Dijakovic. Is he following me or something? It's like, and then, a few years after my son's born, there's Nick Aldis with his son Donovan. I'm like, really, dude? I stole your belt and now I'm fucking happy. I had to get that in. Then. I'm sorry, guys. It just popped back into my head when I said Dijakovic. It just seemed like the dude has been trolling me his whole career. But yeah, I think I'm looking at let me look at the rundown, see if there's anything we missed.
I think we've hit it.
I think we hit it all. I just want to double check. I don't want to miss any good shit at all. All right, we got that. We got Matt Hardy. Oh, I know what we forgot.
What did we forget?
The angry punter strikes back. fucking Pat McAfee
take over Triple
and
X.
Adam Cole last night with the punt that would have made Randy Orton jealous, and then Triple H announcing at TakeOver Triple X that Pat McAfee will be squaring off against Adam Cole. Like, he's accepted the challenge. It's booked.
Why?
That was going to be my question.
This is WWE in a whole, like a whole organization. This is their longest feud. This is their longest rival. These guys have been beefing since last year.
They have, haven't they?
They
Yes,
have for a minute.
They've
Nobody's cared, but they have. Yes.
If you watch wrestling and you understand, like us,
like
we know that this is a long, ongoing feud.
I get it. I get what WWE's trying to do. Tyson made sense. Mayweather made sense. Shaquille O'Neal in that one rare
kind of made sense.
Kind of made sense because they were still relevant. They were still talked about in the world of sports. Fucking Shaq having a painting named after him and shit. Who the hell is Pat McAfee in the world of sports? When has any diehard? I've never had any of my athlete friends like, hey, so
I know one guy.
Show, hey, how about the accolades of Pat McAfee? You're talking about Gronk, you're talking about Brady, Kaepernick, even to some political extent. You know, there's certain athletes that are like always out there. Their name will always remain relevant, and they will draw ratings. Pat McAfee, I'm sorry, you and your stupid fucking shorts are not relevant.
No, there's
you're trying.
Oh, who's that guy from our
Evan
group?
on some other shit tonight.
He really is,
yeah.
though. I love it. I'm
He's
trying not to
feeling it.
laugh. I'm trying not to laugh. There's one guy. There's maybe one guy, that guy Matthew from our group, who loves Pat McAfee because he's a Colts fan. Outside of that, I know no one who's really into this. I know no one who really is looking forward to this. And I think of the theme for McAfee and Adam Cole, or if Adam Cole and McAfee's feud had a theme, I think the theme would just be
nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Because really nobody does. I mean, even looking in the thing, like Felipe's fuck Pat, you know, like who cares? Oh goddamn, Devin from Clark Street showed up and he said, "Laces out my ass." Hi, Devin. Shout out to Clark Street. We love you.
Exactly. When have like the world of sports revolved on like a puncher? This is like bottom of the barrel WWE athletes. Like I want to see a list of all the guys that they offered this spot to that turned it down. And we're like, fuck no. And Pat McAfee's like, why not? I'll take the paycheck. Like that's the guy they went to for NFL cred.
Yeah. You know, we've in all these years, we've gone from Lawrence Taylor at WrestleMania to Pat McAfee at TakeOver.
I'll take is Lawrence Taylor alive? Sorry if he's not, but I'll take a geriatric fucking Lawrence Taylor over fucking Pat McAfee.
I think
he's not there
he's
for
still
his.
alive.
Okay.
He's not there for his. He's not there for his football accolades. He's there because of his podcast and
That no one listens to?
like that's why.
Thank you.
Maybe his mom listens to it.
I mean, like, I'd rather have, like, a fucking Matt Golick.
I'm dead.
I
I don't know. His show's fucking awesome. I like it.
Whoa.
I like his show.
I thought
I
I
think
knew
he's
you.
fucking hilarious.
I thought I knew you, bro. What happened? I don't know.
You know a man.
Does he belong in a wrestling ring? No. Do I like his podcast? Yes.
I don't know, man. I haven't listened to his podcast because when I see him on pre-shows, I want to punch him in the face. So the last thing I want to hear is more Pat McAfee. I just know that, like, I have little to no reason to see this guy in a wrestling ring. I care less whether he likes Adam Cole or not. I think it just makes Adam Cole look bad that you go from, like, being longest reigning NXT champion to having these hissy fits and having these, run-ins with
being an
NFL
angry little
punter.
elf.
Yeah, being an angry elf. Thank you. It's like a Keebler elf got pissed, and now he wants to take down a punter.
They're at a point.
It's not a good look. It's not. And
here's my 2 cents. Here's my 2 cents. No, check it. Here's my 2 cents. I'm into this for all the wrong reasons. Kind of like why I like Green Inferno. All the wrong reasons. It's entertaining because it's so bad. Because it's so dumb. And it's like, who thought this was a great idea? Like,
I don't know. It wasn't me. I can tell you that. And even Felipe says it's like K-Fed all over again.
It is.
The thing that really
Pat makes me miss Gronk. Can I say that?
No.
It's that bad.
It really irks me the fact that this is gonna be on a takeover, which usually only gets 5, maybe 6 matches. So we have limited spots for fucking hundreds of talented ass people out there
and
who will never actually get on takeover. But Pat McAfee in his little tiny shorts, who can kick a fucking ball far, is gonna be getting the spot over a guy like fucking.
As long as the laces are out.
I'm over it. I'm over it.
I couldn't be over it.
I think it's fucking amazing. I hope he steals the fucking show.
I'm with you, Brucey. I'm
no, you're not.
Listen, no. Here we go. Tagline.
I'm sorry. I've never called you out before, but I know you're bullshitting.
No, honestly, they're at a point. They're at a point where with Adam Cole where dude had the longest reigning NXT champ. Now they're like, well, what do we do with Adam Cole?
Getting a brawl with Ray Finkel?
He's not gonna be the NXT champion right now, and the North American title's still like a little bit under him. Like he's in that limbo spot where they made him look so strong, but they don't want him.
So then you're gonna put him in the ring with a punter.
But he's gonna win.
We all know that. Like we know he's gonna win now.
Funny.
Just like Cody's gonna lose to Eddie Kingston on Dynamite.
There was more of a chance of. Don't tell me there was.
No, there was zero fucking chance.
No. Then there are negative fucking numbers for Pat McAfee because you know what Kingston is. That Pat McAfee isn't a fucking wrestler.
This mass hysteria is why I'm so into it. It is so fucking funny.
You know what?
It's the
you just like the chaos.
Ever.
That's all you.
I love it.
You know
oh my god.
You want a sad reality. You want to shed a tear? Pat McAfee is going to be walking out of gorilla position to his match at Takeover. Well, Kushida, one of the most talented motherfuckers in the world, is sitting in the back eating sandwiches at catering.
Facts.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Facts.
All over New Japan for nothing. And we're going to get a fucking puncher, a retired puncher.
I don't think they even have catering right now, so he's just gonna be in the back eating a sandwich.
He's just gonna be sitting there staring at a wall. Dressed like Marty McFly.
Exactly.
And meanwhile, Pat McAfee has a match. Like, fuck that. Get the fuck up out of here.
You got the talented Jake Atlas, fucking Trevor Lee, Roderick Strong. You can't have the implosion angle where Undisputed fight each other, and you can't give me Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole, but you give me Pat motherfucking short-wearing McAfee? Get out of here.
Yep.
I mean,
and it's gonna get
too much talent.
10 stars. It's gonna get 10 fucking star match.
It's not gonna get 10 minutes.
Yep.
Adam Cole is going to wipe the floor.
And I will happily be watching AEW Dynamite that Saturday.
And I'll be right there with you.
Yeah. I will be too.
Title for him. I'm out.
I will be too. I'll be watching Dynamite.
I'll be watching Dynamite.
Yeah.
We talk about, Pat McAfee's going to be great, but I'll be watching Dynamite.
Hey, how amazing would it be if AEW got some like fucking even way better like NFL star? I don't even know who's fucking big in NFL anymore because I don't watch it. But if they had like one of those guys come and like counter program Triple H, exactly how do you like it, fucking Hunter? We got a bigger star. You want to throw bash at the beach on our Fighter Fest? Well, guess what?
They can bring in Minshaw. They can bring anyone from the friggin' Jackson.
Yeah, it's Gunner time.
They can bring any one of the Jaguar.
I love that dude.
They can bring the whole damn team.
That dude, I think I know it's not wrestling related, but I gotta say it. I think Gunnar Minshew is like the bastard son of the Tiger King. Have you ever seen the two of them like side by side, like the face, everything?
You understand? I'm the only person that knows what you're talking about right now, right?
Oh no, I know what he's talking about.
They look almost exactly alike. Like they need to go on Maury Povich because he might be the daddy.
For that to
he was
happen,
more like Uncle Rico.
I would rather have I would rather have AJ to bring up Maury Povich for a fucking segment than
that
would be hysterical.
I'd love it. Bring Tyson back. Fuck. They're like, oh, you got Pat McAfee, we got Mike Tyson again.
Yeah, I'll bring out some other athletes.
Just don't bring dude in the pink shirt. That's all. Whoa. Oh. Oh no.
Hi, teenage son.
Hi, Teenage Mutant son.
Yeah.
Hi, I froze.
That's my high schooler.
We noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mr. Freeze for a second.
Yeah, sorry, but hi, Brucey son. That was fucked up. big crash. You know, big lightning.
Mid-class? If you're high class, would he be mid-class?
Yeah.
He'd be mid-class. Yes, he would.
You're mid-class sedan.
Morgan's moderate.
I gotta say, it's pretty cool to have Shooter Storm texting me in the middle of the show.
Love it.
He's like, see, your power didn't go out, fucker.
I'm sorry, Shooter. I didn't want to fuck up the interview.
Live.
This show.
He's like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. No, I wanted to make sure that we got that whole thing top to bottom, no issues, no problems, no nothing. Because obviously I just had one, and that would have fucking drove me crazy on a Shooter interview. So you know, I'm glad I got all the hurricane stuff out of the way, got back to the Fox Den, got this going again. I know everything works now. We're gonna have Shooter next week. He's fine with it. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna love it. I'm sure you will too. Do we have any more? Do we need to say fuck Pat before we go?
Pat rules.
Fuck Pat.
Hardest hitting punter you'll ever see.
Which is like saying hardest hitting 8-year-old
girl
you'll ever see.
Go on YouTube and look up his freaking hardest hits.
Can a punter like hit someone?
Yeah.
On special teams, yeah. Like if
you can hoof them
and kick off. No,
they can. They don't typically, but they can.
Did he only have like one bar on his fucking helmet? Isn't he like?
Yeah.
With the one bar.
He did. He only had one bar, but he was laying people out.
For a punter. Anyway.
On that note,
I think it's time to sign off. Jump up out of here. Get ready for Shooter Storm next week. That's going to be incredible. I know I keep talking about it. I can't help it. I'm excited. I wish it happened today. I hate this fucking hurricane. Blow me. Hurricane, blow me. Let's see what I did. Anyway. So let's get over to Brucey and have him grace us with our social medias because he loves doing it and we love hearing him do it. So, high class, have at it, homeboy.
All right, you can check us out on Twitter. I'm gonna flip-flop this stuff. You can find us on Twitter at Top Rope WT. Find us on Twitter. Then you can also find us on the gram, on the Instagram. Dom, yes, I posted today, and it's at top_rope_wrestling_talk. Find us.
Follow us.
Yes, find us, follow us. Then you can also find us on the Book of Face, where you are probably watching us live right now. If not,
greatest group, greatest members, hands down.
Say word. And if you're not watching us live on Facebook and you're listening to us on YouTube or you're listening to us on a podcast, come to Facebook. Find us at Top Rope Wrestling Talk. We're a publicly traded, open Facebook group, I guess. Like, not open like that. Not like Marty Jannetty open. But
Nah. Believe me, even if I did throw a body in that river, I ain't gonna say it. So,
But come on over and join the Facebook group, get in all our conversations, all our chats. You can see everything. You know, we like today we brought stuff up to happen in the group. You know, go on there and check it out. Merch. You've seen the shirts, Wendy, mug.
Oh God, water. Shit.
Mugs. Oh shit, water.
Right.
All over my laptop.
You can buy you can buy mugs, shirts,
toilet paper.
Can't buy toilet paper.
Face masks. You can also get a face mask. Yes, we
have. I left
those.
my face mask in the car.
We also
Mine
have
says
those.
Grandma Wendy. Oh my God.
So yeah, and you can do that at TRWT merch on Facebook. And then on YouTube, you can find us there. Click the like button, click the subscribe button, click everything.
Now, don't forget,
the ding, 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 ding.
You got to look for Fox Den Productions.
Yes, Fox Den Productions.
We are the flagship show. And, of course, we're getting back into Mutant Rejects and Drunk Upon a Time shortly. I may even do an anniversary special for Drunk Upon a Time, trying to put that together. You know, maybe Saturday night, have some fun, get wasted, talk some shit. You know, good stuff. We'll bring all the couples in. We'll get like Mrs. Evil, and we'll get Wendy's furrier half, and we'll get the high class last. Yeah, see, there it is. Fox Den Productions, right there. All those beautiful logos that Evan made for us and everything. Can we
get a cardboard cutout of like Mrs. High Class and just have like buttons on the back of like catchphrases she might say?
Yeah, so we need to
make that count.
We don't have to talk about.
Oh yeah, pull string. Yeah, that'd be better, Evan.
I like it a lot.
Yeah,
we might do something
I'll just get audio. I'll get voice clips on my phone, and I'll just be like,
there we go.
Perfect.
That'll work too. We might do something like that because why the fuck not? And it's not like my wife and I can really go anywhere to celebrate, so we might as well just do it here. We'll just have fun. We'll have a good time. It'll be great. We'll talk a lot of shit. We'll drink a lot. We'll have fun. It'll be great. It'll be wonderful. You'll see.
Yeah.
But come to Fox Den Productions. Subscribe. Hit that bell. Like this episode. Leave the comments below. You know, and doesn't matter if you loved it. Tell us you love it. If you hated something about it, tell us you fucking hate it. We'll use everything. We don't care. You think any one of us gives a fuck? Do you see any give a fuck amongst the four horsemen? None. Zero. We give about as much of a fuck as I have mastery. Just absolutely none. All right. Now that that's out of the way, Wendy, my first lady, my wonderful homegirl, can you tell them where they can find the podcast?
But of course, friendo, you can find our podcast on hold on, I'm a little thirsty. You can find us on anchor.fm/ is it TRWT or Top Rope Russell Talk?
It's TRWT. You got it the first time.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. So anchor.fm/ TRWT. And from there you can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. On Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. You can listen to us on Stitcher and a bunch of other random little tchotchke ones. Wherever you listen to a podcast, you'll find us there.
Awesome. Yes. Everywhere podcasts are enjoyed. That's where we're at.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. I want it. I can't wait for my shit to show up.
Mind you, I got to give a special shout out to Kirby for making mine purple. I love her for it. Thank you.
I love she has all the feminine grandma touches, and we are going to be coming out with some women's wrestling merch,
some lady stuff.
So stuff a little more feminine, not but still kick ass, but a little more feminine, a little directed towards you too. So we're trying to keep everybody included, just like AEW. We love y'all. So,
but I like my butch ass shit.
Right. Yeah.
That's why I'm my dad's favorite son.
Oh my god. So again, please remember to join us next week when we have our special guest Shooter Storm. Thank you to everybody that came in and joined us live and commented. We love y'all. We appreciate you. We will catch you maybe this weekend, definitely next week. But until then, as Grandma Wendy always says,
stay fresh, cheese bags.
There it is.
Boop.
Nah.